Most people leave $50,000 on the table when they move out of their house, and they don't even know it. Hi, my name is Skylar with Cedar Ridge Management, and today we're going to talk about the 3 things you need to think about before you turn your home into a rental property. Number 1, why the money that you've already spent on housing is your biggest advantage. Number 2, how to know if your mortgage is a golden ticket. And then number 3, are you emotionally ready to be a real estate investor? So your sunk cost is actually a secret weapon to building wealth. You have to pay to live somewhere. Why not turn the money that you spent living somewhere for the last 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 years into something that really builds your wealth and helps you get out of the rat race and achieve financial freedom? Most people look at the money that they paid for their house and then they see what they could sell it for, and they see that difference and they're like, oh man, that's a lot of money. But what they don't think about is the transaction costs, the realtor fees. They don't think about the interest expense that they spent on that mortgage for the last 1, 2, 5, 7 years. And if you look at an amortization schedule, the first 7 years there are really all interest payments to the bank. So if you buy a house and live in it for 7 years, you're kind of renting from the bank. And if you're going to buy a house again and quote unquote rent from the bank, you're wasting interest expense on something that you could turn into a rental property. So if you can figure out how to turn those sunk costs of the realtor fees to buy the house, the maintenance that you spent while living in the property, the interest expense on your mortgage into a wealth building tool for you, that's a phenomenal idea to get ahead and to build your wealth and prepare for your future today. There's a saying that is, it's not how much money you make, it's how much money you keep that counts. If you can turn these sunk costs into an investment, you're figuring out how to keep more of your money, and that's just going to be extremely helpful for you in the future. If you want to see exactly what your home could bring in as a rental, there's a link in the description notes. Click on it, enter your property address in, and in about 2 minutes, you'll get a report that will tell you what your home will rent for as a rental in Eastern North Carolina. Number 2, how do you know if your interest rate is gold? Most people don't know this, but the 40-year average mortgage rate is about 8%. People made money in real estate investing in the 80s with 17 and 18% mortgage rates. So if you're sitting on a mortgage rate that is below 8%, you're sitting on a really good thing. Some things that are really important to think about when it comes to your mortgage interest rate. The government prints money every single year. And when they print money, they devalue your dollar. The purchase price of your home goes up, and the loan to value of the home increases. So by the government printing money and you keeping fixed debt, the government is in a way helping you pay off your mortgage. It's a concept that took me a long time to wrap my head around. So if you want to wrestle with that more, please shoot me an email at skylar@cedarridgemgmt.com, and I would love to talk about it. If you have a below average mortgage and you have a cash flowing property and you're in a good area where there's a lot of rental demand and people are moving to, you have a phenomenal mortgage and your mortgage interest rate is gold. But if you're not sure if your interest rate makes it worth it and you're trying to consider, should you sell your property or should you rent it out? We have a free rent or sell calculator on our website. It's in the link description. It takes your mortgage into account. It takes the property value into account and some other things like taxes, insurance, etc. It'll show you a real life projection of what your property will do as a rental at a given interest rate and a given rental rate. Check it out. It's really helpful. And if you're not sure that renting out your home makes more sense than selling it, we have a free rent versus sell calculator. It's on our website. It's in the link description. It takes your mortgage rate, your estimated rent, and your equity position and helps you make a decision on which path actually builds the most wealth for you, which is renting your house out or selling it. All right, number 3, are you emotionally ready to be an investor? And this is actually the most important thing to think about. Because if you're not emotionally ready and you don't want to do this, everything is going to feel more difficult. You're going to doubt your decisions. You're not going to be wanting to fight through the uncertainty on if you're doing the right thing, and you're going to have a bad month, second guess everything, and it's not going to be a fun ride. But if you really want to do this, then we're going to talk through 3 things to help you be emotionally ready to be a real estate investor. So, question 1, do you have the reserves? Do you have at least 6 months of mortgage payments saved up? And are you ready to handle fixing a major thing like a roof or an HVAC before insurance kicks in? HVACs go down in July, roofs leak in storms, and you want to be able to have the money to not stress about something happening before your insurance will kick in and fix the thing. I really think that 6 months of debt service and about $8,000 in liquid reserves is the sweet spot if you're investing in Wilmington, Hampstead, Surf City, Holly Ridge, Jacksonville, or Swansboro, North Carolina. The second thing you want to think about is what's the home's maintenance profile. So I just want you to picture a 4-bedroom, 3-bath house with a pool and beautiful landscaping. You probably love living there, and it's a great home. If we think about that as a rental though, the pool is maintenance. All the shrubs, they're maintenance. The home is a lot of maintenance. It's a big home. There's not a lot of rental demand for big 4-bed, 3-bath pool houses because the price that you need to pay for that usually is way higher than the rents that you can get for it, especially today. So a great maintenance profile to think about is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home with a small yard, little to no shrubbery, maybe a couple trees, but not a lot of things to keep up with. You want to make sure you have good curb appeal, but you don't want fancy stuff that is expensive to maintain. 3-bedroom, 2-bath houses are great because they're starter homes, they're more inexpensive, and there's going to be a lot more rental demand, which is going to help you rent the house out and keep it up. Oh, and by the way, what number should you use here? So I personally use 15% as my maintenance number, and I use that over the long term, right? So some years I'm going to have no maintenance expenses, and then some years I'm going to have 5% maintenance expenses, and then 10 years after I buy a home that had a used roof, I got to replace the roof, and that roof is $8,000 to put on, and that year I'm going to potentially negatively cash flow. So 15% is the number that I've found that makes the most sense since I've been tracking my ratios in my investing portfolio since 2011. The third thing to look at is, can you look at this house like a business? Now, this one's personal, but it matters. If you're deeply emotionally attached to the home, you have wonderful memories, you personally picked out the paint color or remodeled the kitchen or the bathroom, that doesn't disqualify you. It does mean you need to be extremely deliberate about the mental shift from homeowner to business owner, because your rental property is a business. The moment a tenant scuffs the hardwood floors or does something to your property, you need to think about that as a business owner would and not a homeowner. And that's the emotional place you need to get to be a successful real estate investor. And honestly, a question that you need to wrestle with before you make the decision to turn your home into a rental property. If you want a full model on the return that your home could generate as a rental, I have a real estate investment analyzer in the description notes. Click on it, it's free. Download a copy for yourself and put in all the variables and see how that home's actually going to perform for you as a rental for the next 5, 10, or 30 years. If you want to model a full return for your property, we have a free real estate investment calculator in the show notes. Check it out, plug in all the variables, how much the home's going to rent for, all your expenses, etc., and see the returns over the next 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years to help you make that business owner decision to turn your home into a rental property. Also, schedule a free strategy call with us today. Would love to talk to you about this and help share with you my experience of turning homes that I've lived in into rental properties, and to see how we can make this win for you so you can build wealth and financial freedom for your family. So what's next? You made the decision. You want to invest in real estate. You want to turn your home into a rental, and you want to now think about hiring a property manager. Give us a call, schedule a time. We can sit down. We can talk to you about the ins and outs of property management. I want you to be very, very careful here, because your home is going to be your largest investment and you're literally giving somebody else the keys. So it's extremely important that you think about it, that you trust who you're partnering with. And we want to do the same thing. We'd love to walk with you in your journey to build wealth for you and your family for generations to come. So we've talked about 3 important things here that will help you out. We have a rental analysis in the show notes. This will give you a report on how much income or rental income your home will make. Then we have a rent versus sell calculator, which will show you how much money you'll make projected as a rental, or if you just sell your home, and how that'll impact your wealth over the next 30 years. And then the third thing we have is a real estate investment calculator, and this will model your long-term return. Really appreciated your time, guys. Book a free call with us if you'd like to learn more, or you just you have a specific question that you want help with. I'd love to walk with you through that. My name's Skyler, and God bless you guys, and have a great day.